and Girls in Science, an event we are privileged to co-organize, entitled Women in Science Leadership for Peace and Security, a New Era for Sustainability. My name is Krzysztof Szczerski, I was already introduced, and I'm the permanent representative of Poland to United Nations, Poland being a country so proud of having Maria Skłodowska-Curie, because as some of you may know, Marie Curie was actually born Maria Skłodowska, and she was Polish, so it's like a role model of all girls and women in science, and we are so proud that she was Polish. I'm honored to co-moderate this session alongside with esteemed colleague, also was introduced already, Ms. Zawar Zogby, the Deputy Permanent Representative of Lebanon to the United Nations.
Mrs. Reema Khan, she's the CEO of Green Sands Equity, which invests in space, technology, healthcare, and frontier tech. Mrs. Khan sits on the board of two quantum computing companies and serves as a special advisor to a cyber security firm, a hardware company, and a prominent biotech unicorn. Mrs. Khan will speak about investment in peace as an asset class. Please, Ms. Khan, you have the floor.
Thank you, Your Excellency Krzysztof Szczerski. Above all, my mentor, who I miss very much today, Her Royal Highness Princess Nisreen Al Hashemite of Rasset, United Nations President, His Excellency Dennis Francis, Your Excellencies, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I've had the privilege of speaking here every year since Women in Science Day was started. I don't want to restate the obvious need for equity in STEM. I don't need to give you the statistics to advocate for my kind. I instead prefer to contribute today as a woman in science and business with my point of view. Every year on Women in Science Day, we propose ideas on how to reach the various Sustainable Development Goals. What I love about this and about the Sustainable Development Goals is that if you actually read them, they are moral principles rather than sector goals. Despite the formality and structure in this room today, we actually speak in very human terms. This year, instead of focusing on any one SDG, I want to talk about all of them by talking about peace. Investment in peace is essential for our civilization. We're living in Thank you. We are living in challenging times with wars raging in the Middle East, Europe, and Africa. If you put the media narrative aside for a second, do you not wonder, where did we go wrong in the evolution of our civilization that we end up at such times again and again? How incredibly wide is that dichotomy between our intelligence and ability and our policy and attitude? It is commonplace to accuse every large global organization for its lack of success in resolving these conflicts. But let us remind ourselves that the United Nations is still the planet Earth's greatest and most inclusive convener. Every nation on this planet has a seat at this table. I walked in here for the first time in 2017 with the guidance of Her Royal Highness Princess Nisreen Al Hashemite and Rasset, and have since been in awe of the people, the goals, and the mission of this place. Today you stand on, and this was fun for me to look up, extraterritorial land under the sole administration of the United Nations, which means this does not belong to any country, but to all of the countries on this planet. This is a place that is sacred to humanity. While the world is ablaze with conflicts, let me posit that we look away from them, and we instead focus on building our partnerships during peacetime. I spent my formative years in New York, but today I'm an investor based in Silicon Valley. We know the founders and the technologies that we invest in very closely. I've been back in New York for a week now, and I'm reminded of the categories in which we used to think. We don't think about the investment companies and ideas. We think of them as sectors. It's about asset classes. So it got me thinking about peace as an asset class. Does peace add to the bottom line? Whether you measure the bottom line economically or evolution of our civilization, it makes sense both ways. It does add to the bottom line. As I was preparing my thesis of investing in peace as an asset class, I found myself finding more evidence that war leads to great innovation. The military-industrial complex is the relationship between a country's military, its government, and the industries that supply the equipment and services. This relationship is often cited as a driver of technological innovation, with defense spending leading in advancements in a wide range of technologies. Let's pause here. Let's not confuse correlation with causation. Why can we not build with the same fervor and passion in times of peace? Investment in education, research, and civilian industries can drive progress without the devastation associated with armed conflict. In times of peace, we often divert resources to areas of societal needs such as healthcare, education, environmental protection. Peace lays the foundation for sustainable economic development, stability, and prosperity. While the transition from conflict to peace can be challenging and require significant investment and commitment, the dividends of peace far outweigh the costs associated with maintaining or an emerging conflict. How do you invest in peace? We invest in making our world so valuable that we become petrified of destroying it. In this century, humanity's greatest potential lies in biology and biosphere. Neither need war. Smartphones, Human Genome Project, renewable energy, universal suffrage are all innovations of peacetime. While we hear about the dangers of AI, AI also holds the greatest promise as the technology that could be the greatest equalizer in removing bias. The amount of research and data at the United Nations is priceless. And if it is used correctly, this could be the way that private and public partnerships could solve the world. Collaboration between private sector and UN can help us develop policies with foresight. Investment in science and technology, and particularly investment in women in science and technology, is a direct investment in peace. Let's not build nuclear weapons and military arsenals to deter each other from conflict. Let's make our world so beautiful, so brilliant and civilized, with the education, science, technology, and equity, that we deter each other from conflict. I would be remiss if I don't end with this. We must advance the L variable of the Drake equation. The length of time a technologically advanced civilization can continue to exist. Thank you.